Good stuff, this, because the more I talk to this guy, the more I look at their company. Jay Jackson's going to be a regular on this program.
You better.
He's going to take your place.
That's all I'm going to say. And it could happen. He's good enough to fill these shoes of mine.
It's a really cool business model here. They've got good guidance that came out just a few days ago for after strong Q1 results. And we give you, since we're so important, we got him on the.
Jay Jackson, Chairman and CEO, Abacus Global Management, ABX as in X-ray, is their ticker symbol, and we welcome him back to the Big Biz Show. Jay, how you doing, my friend?
Man, I'm pumped, man. Glad to be back on the show.
Hey, I want to talk to you guys. Talk about this guidance. That was freaking awesome. I mean, listen. This is what I do for a living. I look up company shorts with a flashlight. This was even surprising for me. I mean, I knew you guys were doing well, but this is really good guidance here. Talk about that. Break this down for Johnny Lunchbucket that's maybe watching the program today.
Yeah, it's pretty simple, right? Like, we're an alternative asset manager that also sources directly the asset that we manage, right? And so when we looked at our guidance and we were forecasting into 2026, in 2025, by the way, we grew by nearly 100% year over year on top and bottom line. And then we looked at 26 and, we felt very strongly that we could continue, maybe not at that growth rate, but at a significant growth rate, well north of 20. And the secret to what's happening here is that we manage an uncorrelated asset. We buy life insurance policies directly from the policyholder. We help them identify what that liquidity is, but those underlying life insurance policies are totally uncorrelated to the market. It's not like private credit here. This is the alternative to that, in a sense, because it's self-liquidating, it's issued by an A-rated carrier. And ultimately what happens is as the market has volatility, investors' demand has been increasing. We raised nearly $1 billion year over year in our institutional funds. Like,
Crazy.
This is how much money is flowing into this.
Well, I mean, look you're the only publicly traded life settlement company, which makes you a scarcity asset in your own right. I mean, look at that, and I don't tout stocks. And if you ever look at our interviews, we don't, we're not a promotions, show at all. We talk about the top line stuff. But if you really think about the scarcity asset model, you guys have created, and I'm not sure if you went out to do that in the beginning, because I would assume you maybe thought there was competition, but there wasn't. I think, you play at every stage of the value chain: originator, market maker, asset manager. On all these longevity-based assets, I've never seen. Look, I'm staring down the barrel of. I got 20 good summers left. I've never seen a company that does that.
Well, what's interesting too is that we go a step further with the data, right? Like, one of the biggest things that we're able to capitalize on now, we monetize our data, meaning we sell our data back to pension funds, right? Pension funds are trying to solve with what their own distribution curve looks like. Like, are they paying too much, too little? How do they know when mortalities occur? Like, this whole idea in the election campaign about how Social Security was paying people that had passed away, that's a fact. We now take that data, track it, and sell that back to these pension funds all across the United States. Like in California, for example, we do this with the largest pension fund in California.
Jay,
and we help them better understand.
Can I accurately say that your mortality and longevity data is proprietary?
It is. Well, here's what's interesting, right? It's kind of a blend. Like, the aggregation of the data is very proprietary, but ultimately the data itself is public. You can go and learn and get this data once someone passes away. You can, contract with funeral homes and counties and states and get an idea of this, but you have to build the infrastructure to go and scrape and pull that data. And that's what we have, which is so unique. So we then take that data and we make smarter decisions on investments. But here's what's super fascinating is that we now give that data back to financial advisory clients. And what we say is this, is that you need to have a better understanding of your lifespan. You said you've got 20 summers left, right?
Yeah.
Well,
and then five bad ones after that.
Yeah. Well, look, assuming that's true, right? Then you should think about how you financially plan differently than someone who has 10 summers.
Right. Exactly right.
Right. You should know that data. It's the key fundamental core of what this is. I was at the Milken Institute presenting.
Yeah, you were a panelist, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. I was on stage with HSBC, JP Morgan,
Wow.
the biggest of the biggest banks, and none of them have this data to talk to their clients about, right? They're running everybody to 95. And I go, that's a tragedy. Because if you're 65, man, you should be looking at your life and saying, okay, how many more summers do I have? And how should I allocate my portfolio? Not product-based, but income-based. And, nobody should be stuffing money in a mattress because they're afraid.
Right.
They should be spending that money on themselves, and we give them the data.
That's right. At the same time, it's that, look at, this is an under-penetrated market, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The more I look at you, the more I conduct due diligence on the company, it's an if you think in terms of why that is, it's for the reasons that you just said, because people are not planning. They need to put the emphasis on a different syllable, so to speak.
That's right. There's no question, man. They need to just embrace this, right? Like fear, everyone has fear around mortality. We all do, because we think we're going to live forever, but you're not, right? There's never been someone over 6'4" to live past 95 ever. Let it go, man. Like my point is this, whether that's a life insurance policy and you want to better understand what its current value is, look, we paid out nearly $250 million last year to people all over the United States who simply just said, hey, my life insurance policy has a market value. I don't kind of served its purpose. And then we take that longevity data and we say, this should also apply to your financial plan. And that financial plan, we just created $250 million of new net worth, right? What's wild is this. We bought about $1 billion worth of contracts last year.
Yeah.
Do you know how many lapsed? 750 billion.
Yeah.
Those are just went away without anybody realizing. Like we could have spent another $100 billion buying contracts. Just people don't know about it.
Jay,
that's what's really unique.
What are you guys looking forward to mostly for the next, as much as the CEO of a public company you can tell us, and chairman, but what are you looking forward to most here for the rest of this year? And let's talk about the next 5 years going forward, because AI is going to enter your world. It's going to make you guys more profitable at some point. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, when we think about technology and AI, what's so fascinating is that we can't be displaced by AI because we have the data. AI needs us, right? Claude needs us. Anthropic needs us because we have that data. What we're helping AI better do is it helps us increase this message to the masses. Here's what I mean by that. It used to take an actuary several hours to scroll through 1,000 pages of medical files. That can be done in 30 seconds now. Oh. We used to take hours to go back and look and say, hey, actuarially, how does this look relative to someone's probabilistic mortality curve actuarially for their lifespan? We can now do that in minutes. We compress data so quickly. So what we're going to ultimately see is this is going to be information that's accessible to everyone. And here's the really cool thing. So when we think about, that gets me excited, capitalizing on the data in different areas, i.e. financial services, obviously in someone's asset management and life insurance policy. But what's next, right? We can help people better understand their life arc. If I could sit down with you and say, hey, this is what other people did who were just like you, Sully, and they went from 20 summers to 25.
Yeah.
Most importantly, though, beyond that than living longer is living healthier. Yeah. The most valuable asset everybody has is time. What I'm talking about is giving you more healthy, applicable time. I'm not telling you can live forever, but I'm saying your 70s and your 80s, you're totally functional. You've got a good high net worth. You can travel. You can do the things you want to do. Like I say this to people all the time. We all look back and like going, man, if I could just go back to my 20-year-old self, what I would say, right? Yeah. What we should be thinking about is, and I know you probably maybe more than others, but I'm damn saying that at whatever age you are now, you should be thinking about what your 80-year-old self is going to say to you. All right. Are they going to be in a wheelchair? Are they going to be alone? Are they not going to have those things? Like, man, appreciate that you can make a change right now. And taking these data outcomes that we have, we could show you how to actually be a better, healthier version of yourself, live longer, work longer, and have more money.
They got a new website. Jay's got a new website. It's called Breaking Necks and Cashing Checks at 80 years old.
Yeah. I don't know about you guys. I'm going to be swinging down in Del Boca Vista.
Jay Jackson. You're going to let it happen. Listen, you got a shot. Like, you listen, I mean, there's going to be a lot. The world will be your oyster. I won't be there.
Jay Jackson, Chairman, CEO.
I'm out at 89.
No, Chairman, CEO, Abacus Global Management, ABX. Yeah, we got to get Jay on regularly.